Kyle Shanahan. I have no idea why he was using Trey Lance the way he did today. Like, you saw what Matt Nagy did earlier today with Justin Fields. He featured all of Justin Fields' talent. His legs, his arm. He made him look good. He catered a game plan to him to make him look good. Kyle didn't do that. Kyle basically created a game plan that was for Mac Jones and said, Trey, you run this and prove to me that you're the quarterback John Lynch and Jed York think you are, because I don't know. You stay in the pocket and you play with the backup offensive line and get sacked 4 times. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't get that. Why would you want, Kyle, why would you want your quarterback to go out there and have a 5 for 14 night? It looks terrible. Now I have to come in the media room and say, well, it was 5 for 14, but there were some drops and there were some screens that didn't count. It wasn't as bad as it looked. I shouldn't have to say that. Lance is good. You made him look like he wasn't. 5 of 14? Matt Nagy did better than that. Why would you want him to look not ready, which is what he looked like tonight? 5 of 14. 2 passes could have been picked. A fumble. Pretty hopeless in a 2-minute drill. I don't know, Kyle. It seems like you are either doing tough love or maybe you're not all in with Trey Lance. You know, I know you have issues with Jimmy Garoppolo. You might have issues with Trey Lance too. In which case, I think that you're over here thinking, man, Mac Jones could have executed this offense. I don't know. Anyway, so I asked you, Kyle, after the game, I was like, why didn't you use the full spectrum of Trey Lance's talent? Why didn't you roll him out? He said, I did roll him out on the touchdown pass. Well, okay. He did a little half roll to the left, stopped in the tackle box, threw back to the right. That's fine. Okay, Kyle, you're right. The one time you moved the launch point, there was an 80-yard touchdown. Why didn't you do it twice? You know there's not a rule against moving the launch point more than once. You can do it as much as you want. And I want to say, there's a man who coached in this league named Sid Gilman. He's basically the Yoda of football. He taught Bill Walsh. He taught everyone. And his philosophy, this was in the 60s, Kyle, before you were born, me too, was you should change the launch point for a quarterback once every 4 throws. This keeps the defense on their toes so they can't pin their ears back and rush to a spot. No, the quarterback will be there. If Trey Lance is your quarterback, you might want to think about changing the launch point once every 3 throws. What's the point of dropping him straight back every single time like you did tonight? Unless you want him to look like he's not ready to play. I don't know that he'll ever be able to play well in a game plan like he had tonight. It's not his game. Maybe when he's 30. Maybe when he's 30 and he's had 9 years of practice. But now, if he's going to have success, it's going to be because of his legs. I mean, what are you doing? I don't know, Kyle. Either you're trying to like make things hard for him and make him like practice his weaknesses, or you're trying to make him look bad, or you thought that was the right thing to do. In which case, think again. Call me, Kyle. I'll tell you that that's not the right thing to do. You got to get him out of the pocket. I know he's functional in the pocket, but that's it. The thing that makes him so special is the fact all the stuff he can do outside of the pocket. Let him do it. Unless you want Jimmy Garoppolo to start week 1 so you can just call a bunch of throws that go behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with Kyle Shanahan. It's like you don't need to game plan and win the game. You don't need to win the game, but you do need to game plan enough to make your first-round pick look good, unless you don't want him to look good. I don't know. That was my thing. Like, did you want him to look like this? Because it seemed kind of scripted. Like, you made this happen. I don't know. If I told you before the game, look, Trey Lance going to play with Tom Compton, Jalen Moore, Jake Brendel, Colt McKivitz, Aaron Banks, most of the first half. Won't rush. No zone reads, no scrambles, no rollouts. Drop straight back behind the Niners' trash second O-line. What do you think's going to happen? You would have said this. You would have been like, he's going to complete like 33% of his throws and fumble. Maybe throw a pick. Yeah, that's football. I don't know. I mean, was Kyle like did he install this and be like, "Hey man, Trey, you're gonna tear it up, man. You're gonna go 12 for 15." No, I'm not. No, I'm not that good. I'm sorry. I mean, anyway. That being said, though, for all like how it was tough and it wasn't really suited to him, he's the best quarterback on the field. He's better than Jimmy. He looked inconsistent. Jimmy's inconsistent all the time. So we're gonna talk about Jimmy in a second. You can hear me now. Thank you, Nathan. Those wide receivers drop. Shake my head. Richie James about to get cut. We can talk about him in a minute. But yeah, agree. What the hell? Grant, why are you in a cubicle? This is where I work. This is the Niners workroom. I'm down below. This is where I spend my days. Hold on. I'm just answering some questions. They're coming in fast. Chase says, hey, Grant, I'm late. Maybe you already touched on this, but is Kyle not letting him run in order to have an element of surprise week 1? Yeah, of course. Of course, that's what he's doing. But as I'm like, there should be like 60 different ways that you can run every concept in your offense. Different personnel groupings, different formations. There's a million different ways you can run the same stuff. You can't tell me that you don't want to show play action bootlegs to the left and right. Everyone knows you're going to do it. There are vanilla ways to do that stuff. I'm just saying, he got sacked 4 times and took more hits. Those hits count, even though it's not a real game. You rolled the dice there. It could have been bad. Anytime a quarterback's getting hit like that, you owe it to him and your whole team to get him the hell out of the pocket. And Kyle kept dropping him back like, hey, man, this is the NFL. Get used to it. Nah. If you use Trey like that, he's going to fail and you're going to get fired, Kyle. So figure it out. Figure it out. You can't do this anymore, Kyle. You can't say, I didn't like Trey. You did that with Jimmy. You have to like Trey. That's your guy. I don't want to hear about Mac Jones or anyone like that. Figure it out. Perhaps Kyle trusts Trey can start soon, but wanted him to experience growing pains. Like a hardcore AP test for throwing ability. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. That's like the most plausible explanation that Kyle genuinely wanted Trey Lance to struggle. Why? Did Matt Nagy want Justin Herbert to struggle? I mean, did Justin Fields struggle? No. Did the Pats put Mac Jones in a situation where he wouldn't look good? No. They did everything they could to make them look good, to make them look ready. The Niners over here just throwing Trey Lance into the deep end, like, hey, buddy, yeah, we traded up, 3 first-round picks in the 3rd, but we're still not sold on you. Let's see what you got. Oh, 5 of 14. Well, I don't know. 2 of those sacks were from freaking Chris Jones. Yeah. I mean, I'm not knocking him for getting sacked 4 times. He was playing with backups, going against starters, and those backups freaking suck. And he didn't get to use his legs. And Kyle Shanahan set up to get hit. Kyle, you stand back there and take those hits and tell him that's what you wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do. Next time I ask you why you do something stupid, give a good answer. That's what we wanted to do. Do something smarter. Want to do something smarter next time. It was a good experience for Trey Lance to get his brains beaten in. Yeah, I think so, man. That's smart. I'm sure Jed York was juiced about it. Kyle is behind you right now. He knows I'm right, too. That's why I get so that's why he gets so flustered with me, because he knows I'm right. Sebastian says, if Jimmy was playing with that O-line, God. Oh, yeah. God. I don't want to say it, but you already know. Josue, Kyle hates you. We don't. Keep up the good work. Yeah, it's like, Kyle, you can give me a bad answer when I ask you why you didn't use Trey Lance the right way, but your fans aren't impressed. I'm not impressed. We all like you, but do better. It's a legit question. Your answer was terrible. Answer the question. All your fans want to know. Why'd you use Trey Lance like his name is Mac Jones? Because it's not. Give a good answer. Basically, what he said later on was, look, I mean, it's preseason. That's how I do things. I hate preseason. You'll see the real stuff later on. All right, we'll say that. Don't get in a back and forth with me. I'm just asking the questions that people want to be asked. So, anyway, I just think it's funny. Like, the younger me would have been a little upset when Kyle Shanahan brushed me off, but me now, I asked the follow-up question. He got it. He's like, well, we rolled him out on the long throw. Okay. Why don't you do it more? Because we didn't want to. Okay. So you tap out on this conversation. All right, cool. I miss Harbaugh, man. Harbaugh was a lot of fun. Kyle doesn't like the back and forth. Harbaugh did. Anyway, everything you said during training camp was true. I'm good at this. I've been at 11 training camps. That's why I've been roasting certain members of the media corps. It's like, guys, if you want to write fiction and be wrong, go ahead. But I know what I'm looking at. I'm just saying, I've been doing this. And people like usually don't notice until about October, but I'm glad you guys noticed. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks today, where do you place Lance's performance among them, given he was playing with the trash O-line? He wasn't given an opportunity to outplay Justin Fields or Mac Jones. It's too bad. It's really too bad. Mango Slug says, do we have the worst special teams in the league? Oh, dude. Simba Webster looks good. Jacob, but yeah. Jacob Shield says, how is River Craycraft ahead of Simba on the depth chart? Should be. Simba Webster is freaking explosive. I like that guy.